good afternoon. My name is Dai Lee. I'm the newly elected independent member for the seat of Fowler. And Fowler covers the area from Liverpool, Chipping Norton, Warwick Farm, Abbotsbury, Edensor Park, Greenfield Park, up to about Landsvale, Fairfield East, Villawood, Carramar, Cabramatta, Canley Vale. And I've been invited by the Australian Christian Fellowship to come and visit the congregation. I visited the congregation during the May election. It's the first time that I engaged with the African Australian community. And today, at the time when I visited the Australian Christian Fellowship in May, I attended here as a candidate for the federal election. And the congregation welcomed me and prayed for my success. And so today I return to really thank the congregation for their prayers, their words, because that's probably one of the key reasons why I won the election and am now the voice and representative for the Fowler electorate and for families and businesses out here. I think our community is very diverse, very, very culturally diverse. And you know, to be, for myself, as a former refugee who came from Vietnam and grew up here, who did not have a word of English, and just rebuild my life with my family, I understand very well the journeys that many people from the African heritage community in Australia have gone through. And I believe that I can represent you the best because I have walked in your shoes and I am walking in your shoes. And so today, gathering here today with the support of the African Australian community, I just cannot say enough. I'm so very grateful, and words cannot express my sincere gratitude for their welcoming arms, for embracing me to make me part of the community. And I will represent, and I hope to represent the community of the African community here in Fowler. So if there are any issues within the Fowler electorate and you live and reside in this electorate, please do not hesitate to reach out to me and to our office. So I'm very grateful once again to be here today at the Australian Christian Fellowship.
Bonjour, je m'appelle Barclay Ilung, Ernest Ilung. L'événement d'aujourd'hui a été organisé ensuite de la première rencontre que j'ai eue avec Honorable Dai Lee. À l'époque, quand j'ai échangé avec elle, elle m'a fait voir qu'elle voulait devenir membre du Parlement. Donc, il y avait les élections qui étaient à l'aube. Et nous l'avons aidé à faire sa campagne dans la communauté africaine. Et Dieu merci, avec le temps, les résultats sont sortis, elle a gagné les élections. Et aujourd'hui, elle est revenue à cette communauté qui l'avait reçue alors pour dire merci à la communauté et surtout pour dire merci à la communauté australienne africaine qui lui avait donné son support avec les voix qui ont fait qu'il soit parti au Parlement aujourd'hui. La manifestation s'est bien passée, vous l'avez suivi, vous avez les images. Dai Lee, elle est présentement parlementaire en Australie et nous avons tout fait pour qu'elle puisse revenir et que la communauté puisse la rencontrer. Je pense que c'était ça l'objectif de cet événement. Je remercie le leader, le pasteur de cette église qui a accepté que ça se passe ici chez lui. Je remercie également Dai Lee elle-même pour avoir accepté à répondre à cette invitation. Et je remercie également la communauté africaine qui l'a vraiment accueillie et qui a démontré qu'ils sont avec elle. Et elle-même a aussi démontré qu'elle va les représenter au niveau du Parlement. Je pense que c'était ça l'essentiel. Merci beaucoup et nous aurons d'autres programmes dans le futur sur Tanganyika. Merci.
She is from a refugee background. She came here like you and me. She came here with parents looking for grand pastures, running from wars and all that from Vietnam. And today, she can proudly stand in the House of Representatives to defend the rights of the oppressed. That's what it's all about. I was at her speech in the parliament. She invited me. Ladies and gentlemen, you'll be shocked. This is the candidate that filled 3 balconies within the House of Representatives, and this is the person that has all the races of the world within that space. You can Google that on YouTube, it's there. After she finished her speech, the whole parliament went empty. When we walked out, there was no one else.
It is an honor to come back, and whether or not I have won, I would have come back as I'm part of this community. And your prayers, I believe, delivered me. So, you know, I'm very touched and I'm very moved that you went and you know, gave your word, you spoke to your God, which is my God, and prayed for our voice to be heard in the Federal Parliament of Australia. So out of the 151 members of Parliament, I'm the only one I can confidently say that was delivered by the people of Fowler. As you know, and Ernest probably know more than anybody, when you campaign, when you go out there and you campaign, if you don't belong to a party, you don't have the resources, you don't have the machineries, you don't have the funds out there to engage with the community. My husband took a loan against our mortgage, and many people in the community from across Australia also contributed. So my whole campaign cost us about $160,000. Now, to some people that's a lot of money, but in political campaigning terms, that's very little. Most campaign costs from about $500,000 up to more than $1 million. So out of the 151 members of Parliament elected at this May election, I'm the only one that came in there with my own money and with the community's money, and I stood on your shoulders. And therefore, it is an honor and it's very humbling to come back. And as Ernest said, I am the voice for our very diverse community here in Fowler. Fowler goes as far as Abbotsbury, Edensor Park, Greenfield Park, Bosley Park, St John's Park, Liverpool, Warwick Farm, Chipping Norton, Canley Vale, Canley Heights, Villawood, Carramar, Fairfield East, Lansvale, of course Cabramatta, Canley Vale, Canley Heights. So those are the suburbs that are under me. And so therefore, if you live within those suburbs, I am your representative. And I got 2 of my team members here today. There's Letha and there's Diane from my office. And we all in our office are members of the community, and they're there to assist those who've got issues, especially if it's a federal issue such as immigration. Of course, but immigration is a challenge because there's a huge queue of people, visas have not been processed, and therefore that's a challenge. Issues on NDIS, Centrelink, we can facilitate and assist for you. But my priorities as a member of Fowler is to deliver on 3 things. The first is the ability for our community to get access to better healthcare service, such as accessing our hospital and making it easier and improving services there through my work in facilitating conversations between state and federal government as well as local. The second thing is, obviously for me, I'm very passionate about young people and how I can ensure that we get the funding to get improved traineeship and apprenticeship and of course mentorship for young people, because I think the young people are the future of our community and any communities here in Australia. But in particular for Fowler, because we are so diverse And therefore, I think it's important to tap into the diverse young talent in our community to help us grow as a society. And therefore, I would love to encourage young people to think innovatively, who are thinking of leadership roles. Let me know. Our office is very keen to engage with you because we want to develop your leadership skills for the future. And thirdly is for the aging population, our multicultural community here, is to ensure that there are services to cater for the aging population in our Fowler electorate. Of course, is a diverse need from the African Australian community to the Asian Australian community to the Middle Eastern community. Each groups have particular cultural needs when it comes to aging. So there's a lot of work there that has to be done, but by me being in the House of Representatives, I can argue, I can fight for our community. The last one, the most importantly, is the cost of living. Cost of living impacts everybody, and it cuts across cultural lines. Because when you go shopping, when you drive your car, when you pay your electricity bills, it hurts your hip pockets. And actually, it hurts us more here than any other communities outside of Fowler, because our income here is much lower. So therefore, when electricity prices go up next year, we will hurt more. So I have been arguing with the government, the current government, to lower the excise fuel cut. So basically what the excise fuel is that the previous government took 22 cents off the fuel excise, which means your petrol is cheaper. This government have not kept that decrease. They've put the 22 cents back. So by the end of this year, you'll see that petrol prices, and I have no doubt the majority of you in this room fill your car with petrol. You will feel the brunt of the petrol price increase by the end of this year. But I will still continue to advocate to ensure that they do look at other ways for families in Western Sydney and in Fowler in particular to be able to manage the high cost of living. So there are many things. I'm heading to Canberra soon, tomorrow morning, and I'll be there for the whole week for the budget week. But please do reach out to our office, and obviously Ernest has access and can call me anytime. And please, the only thing that has changed is the initial at the end of my name, which is the word Member of Parliament. But other than that, that's just the initial. I'm still Dai Lee. That title doesn't change me from who I am. I'm part of the community, and I'm from the community, and I will forever be one of the community members. So please know that. Do not feel like because I've now in federal parliament that somehow I'm different to you. I'm not. I am one of you. I will always be part of you. And please do reach out if you need to get me to help you with something. Thank you once again, and such an honor to be here. I've got to learn to say a few words in African, but they're meant different groups here. Jambayu? Jambayu? Jambayeno. Jambayeno, thank you. Bonjour. Bonjour is, Thank you, Ernest.
Ladies and gentlemen, a hand of applause for Dai Lee. We are not taking more time. I'd like to invite somebody from the African Australian community from far away in Africa. Mr. Ahmed Ba, please stand up. Mr. Ahmed is going to give us a closing remarks. And Mr. Ahmed is from Guinea-Conakry? Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Ahmed.
Thank you very much. I would say good afternoon to the Honorable Chief Guest, Honorable Dai Lee, the religious leaders, the invited guests, and to the brothers and sisters from the African continent who are here today and now calling Australia their home. First of all, I would like to thank Mr. Buckley for inviting me to speak on this wonderful occasion. It is an honor for me. I am a Muslim. You heard the name when he said Ahmed. But this is a church. Just as he was telling us, it is not about religion, it is about community. In Africa, they are from the southern end of the continent. I am from the west, very long distance. So when we met here, we all come together because we are all in the same country and we are governed by the same government. The same rules is obeyed and respected by everybody. On behalf of the Australian Fellowship Church and all the brothers and sisters here in this hall, I say thank you to Honorable Dai Lee for coming not only to see us, but also to speak to us about her journey to the Australian Parliament, where the most important decisions are made for the people of this country. We have seen you as an inspiration and considered you to be a living example for every one of us. Politics is an important career, but an interesting one. To that, I will say, may your road be rough. We as African Australians in New South Wales here and around Australia are now looking at you and follow your footsteps so that we all will reach at the table where the decisions are made. As such, we look forward to working with you in this urgent and just cause. To the organizers of this event, I thank all of those people that have put their hands and efforts together to stage this important event. I will start saying thank you to Mr. Buckley Ilong, and thank you to Mr. Sami and Madam Sue from the Nationwide Plus. And above all, thank you to the pastor, Francois Machala, the Australian Fellowship Church, for hosting and organizing this event. Once more, I say may your road be rough. Thank you all for coming. May God bless you.
Ndio wandugu wapenzi, tunashukuru Mungu siku ya leo. Mimi ni mchungaji Francois Machala wa Australian Christian Fellowship hapa Sydney, Australia. Leo tulipokea Mama Dai Lee, yeye ni member wa bunge la Australia. Ndio alitutembelea kwa sababu mara ya kwanza alifikaka ilikuwa ni wakati alikuwa mpinzani kutafuta hiyo kiti, na hapa amepata kiti cha bunge. Alikuja kuturudilia juu kusema asante kwa uchaguzi wake. Na leo ilikuwa siku tulikutana na community yote ya Afrika, wa Afrika mbalimbali. Tunakutana hapa juu kushangilia na kumpokea huyu mama kwa ajili ya kuwe pia sauti letu huko kwenye bunge, kwenye wanakamata mipango mbalimbali kwa ajili ya wananchi wa Australia. Na sisi vile vile kama wananchi wa Australia hata kama odole ya mambo ya kanisa tuna mashida mashughuli fulani, hiyo tunahitaji kabisa mama huyu achugue na kutupelekea huku kwenye bunge ili wapate kusaidia makommunity yote ya Kiafrika. Tunamshukuru Mungu pia kwa watu wote walialikwa walifika, na Mungu endelee kuwabariki. Hiyo sio mara kwanza mara mwisho, tutaendelea kuwaalika na kukutana pia na watu wengine ili tuone namna ya kusaidiana katika maisha yetu ya Australia. Mungu wabariki wote katika jina la Bwana wetu Yesu Kristo. Amina.
Na kombo na benga Bijou Mankwe, toza basé en Australie. Vraiment lelo toza mokolo esengo makasi. Ndeko Daily to bandaki nae. Akendaki nyonso tosalaki elekaki malamu. Vraiment toza na esengo lelo azongelaki biso koya koloba merci na musala tosalaki ensemble as team. Vraiment tolobi merci na nyonso oyo eleki na mokolo lelo nyonso elekaki na église na biso Christian Fellowship azongaki na team na e vraiment ko remercier biso tozobunda pour na next time tokende kokuta na parlement toza na 3 ans lisusu oyo biso tokolekisa mpona kozonga lisusu mpona tokende kozonga na parlement. Nalobi merci na bandeko nyonso o bazalaki na biso vraiment toza na esengo makasi. Nzamba pambola bino nyonso bao bayaki na bao bazalaki te vraiment elekaki très bien. Tolobi merci beaucoup. Tozali awa na bao bali ko participer mbala sima tobengi bino vraiment ebele. Nzambe apambola bino. Bye bye.
Tanganyika TV, kwa pamoja tukupashe.